Hello, everyone. As Joe mentioned, my name is Sara Herald, and my idea worth spreading today is how we might bridge the gender gap in entrepreneurship. Unless you live under a rock, you know that gender inequality in the business world is a problem. Statistics abound. Women make only 79 cents for every dollar that men make. Women hold 17% of corporate board seats, and only 5% of Fortune 500 companies have a female CEO. 5%. The picture isn't much rosier in the entrepreneurship world. Over the last 2 decades, women have started approximately 41% of all new businesses in the United States, but that number is falling. In 2014, women started only 37% of the new businesses here in this country. In the technology world, female founders are practically mythical creatures. In Silicon Valley, women started only 3% of the technology companies. In attempts to address this problem, we lean in with Sheryl Sandberg. We pledge for parity on International Women's Day in March, and we tweet our support for celebrities like Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Watson who take a stand. Clearly, despite what Beyoncé says, girls don't run the world. Yet. There are many reasons why women aren't as likely to take the entrepreneurial plunge as men. One is pretty obvious. When you think of the term entrepreneur, who comes to mind? People like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg. In fact, when you do a Google Images search for famous entrepreneurs, this is what you see. Lots of pictures of Steve, Mark, and Bill, along with folks like Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, and of course, Donald Trump. Out of 33 images, only 3 are of women. We see Oprah Winfrey, who's holding it down for the ladies, along with people of color. Oprah is repping 2 minorities here. And we also see a small, low-resolution image of Anita Roddick. Does anyone know who Anita Roddick is? Oh, we have one, all right. Anita Roddick founded The Body Shop, that skincare company that you see in malls all across America. She sold The Body Shop to L'Oreal, the cosmetics giant, in 2006 for just under $1 billion. And Anita's Wikipedia page has clarifying statements that she is not to be confused with Andy Roddick, the tennis player. Ouch. In addition to little association for women with the term entrepreneur, the characteristics that we associate with successful entrepreneurs are very masculine. Words like heroic, risk-taker, aggressive are not words that our society likes to see associated with women. Whereas the aggressive, risk-taking man may be seen as confident or passionate, the woman who exhibits those same traits is likely tagged as pushy and less likable. However, there's a new trend emerging in entrepreneurship, one that bodes well for gender equality. It's called social entrepreneurship, and it refers to starting a venture that has both a social mission and an earned revenue model. Many of you are likely familiar with companies like Tom's Shoes, Warby Parker Glasses, both social enterprises with male founders. In fact, remember Anita Roddick? In many ways, The Body Shop was an early social enterprise. It's a skincare business with an enrich, not exploit mission. They're dedicated to building sustainable economies in their supplier countries. Social entrepreneurship is resonating with women. Women like Eden Full, who at the age of 19 founded Sun Saluter with the Teal Fellowship. It's a solar panel rotator for the developing world that boosts energy output by 30%. Eden also recognized that access to clean water was a key issue for her customers. So she built a water purifier that works along with the rotator and produces up to 4 liters of clean water each day. Sun Saluters are now in use in 16 countries across the globe. Or women like Sara Herald, who started Swell, the chic water bottle company that's dedicated to removing plastic water bottle waste from our landfills. In the United States alone, every year, more than 50 billion plastic water bottles end up in our landfills. Sara Herald started a company to change that. And what started as a one-woman operation in 2010 has become a 35-person business that did over $50 million in sales in 2015. At the University of Maryland, where I work, social entrepreneurship is growing in popularity. This past year, I had the opportunity to work with 2 seniors, Nadia and Lexi, who came to social entrepreneurship as a way to take action on a cause that they're passionate about: the high mortality rates of African American women diagnosed with breast cancer. Instead of fundraising for breast cancer charities or launching a nonprofit of their own, they decided to create Cocoa Queens, a high-quality hair extension brand for African American women. The packaging is dedicated to educating their consumers about breast health, cancer prevention techniques, in ways that are thoughtful, relevant, and actionable. Before they started Cocoa Queens, Nadia and Lexi had no business experience. They're not business majors. They didn't think that the business world would be interesting to them. But the social mission of their company has them diving into supply chain logistics, marketing tactics, and accounting figures. And that's the key. When it's about more than profits, women sign up. Last year, the New York Times published an article about efforts to enroll more women in engineering programs, another field that struggles with gender inequality. The conclusion? If the content of the work itself is made more societally meaningful, women will enroll in droves. The statistics around entrepreneurship are starting to bear this out. Women are 17% more likely than men to start a social venture as opposed to a purely economic one. So one way to address the gender imbalance in the entrepreneurship field is clear. We must make it easier to start and sustain social enterprises. How do we do that? We tackle both societal and institutional barriers to social entrepreneurship. We tell stories about successful social entrepreneurs so that when someone says the term entrepreneur, we are as likely to think of Sara Herald and her Swell bottle as we are of Steve Jobs. As consumers and as investors, we vote with our dollars. From food to baby supplies to clothes and shoes, there are social enterprises out there that produce products that really aren't that hard to find. As investors, we must build out a funding ecosystem for social enterprises that embraces their dual mission at both the seed, angel, and venture capital stages. And above all, we must show our girls that business skills are for much more than careers in finance or the leadership track at a large corporation. Our young women want to solve societal problems, and business acumen is key to doing so effectively. So to paraphrase that ever-wise philosopher and entrepreneur, Beyoncé, let's not just run the world, let's make it better for all of us. Thank you.